You certainly could. Look at all this drone on here.
Now that honey, would you leave that inside inside the hive? Right.
You don't have to use a lot of smoke. It's just to move the bees away from where you're working. So we're going to just try and pull out one of these super frames just to see if they are in fact building in here or not. Hey,
oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
Fantastic, eh?
Yeah, lovely.
Wow.
So these frames, you can see, they were about, I don't know,
half wax
sheet.
Yeah.
So when you do that, there's the level that the wax sheet was at. Yeah. And so they've built this quite quickly, which is nice.
Can we speed that up by swapping some of those frames out for...
You can, but these are very wide frames. These are the 40s. And you have to make sure that you've got other 40s to
keep
put
them
in
all
here.
the same.
Keep them all the same, which we don't have. So otherwise I would normally, if I'd swap out for...
full spun out.
Brought some spun out super frames.
Okay. So this super's got a little while to go. You're in a macadamia flow at the moment.
That's right. Okay, you can come have a look here underneath. You can see the full extent of what the super's looking like. Okay. So yeah, they're getting there.
Yeah.
Very windy here. The bees don't really like the wind too much. We often find they're quite feisty when we open the hives in a windy condition.
Wow, look at all this propolis, eh?
Yeah, like I said, we right here by the bananas, and they give off lots of propolis. So that's good because it'll keep this hive nice and healthy.
Okay.
Which makes it a bit difficult to get the frames out.
It's cracking the seal at the moment, eh?
That's it. Remember, when it's really cold or you're expecting cold weather, you should not be opening your hives. We've just had snow in some parts of KZN, as I'm sure some of you know, and it's not a good idea during that cold spell to open hives at all. The bees need that seal to keep their temperature in the hive optimal so that they don't freeze to death, a bit like us staying indoors. So that frame is now busted. Once I've got one frame out, it makes it a lot easier to be able to work.
Beautiful, hey?
Yeah.
Slightly older frame?
Yeah, quite a nice brood pattern. Only a couple of gaps in there.
Very nice.
Just going to pump that down there. Right, so now this frame has, unfortunately, it's a new frame that was put in. But because of the propolis at the bottom there, it's gone and broken already.
Okay.
So this is one of the reasons I don't particularly like these frames. Because as you can see over there, the two nails that are holding it in have just, as you lift this frame up, it basically just comes apart.
Yeah. So it kind of, that's the importance of, you know, these ones have the nail on going in the top instead of going in the side to hold it together.
So now this is a brand new frame of brood that I'm now going to have to repair.
I think we can try and let it go by and survive another way. Yo, there's lots of drone brood here.
Drone brood is completely normal for this time of the year.
During a flow?
During a flow, there's an abundance of food. We're in springtime. The bees are getting ready for the season. So
does that mean that they're getting ready to swarm off?
It's very possible. So we need to make sure these bees keep working. Look, they've still got lots of work to do in that super, so I'm not too worried about them swarming off.
Now, having such a strong brood, I mean, if we've got two outer frames that are brood, wouldn't you consider maybe putting a second super on?
Yes, you could, especially if you're not sure if you're going to get here in time to swap out, then you certainly could. Look at all this drone on here.
Now that honey, would you leave that inside the hive?
You don't have to. At this time of the year, you could take it off. I'm just a bit concerned. They don't have a lot of honey in the super at the moment, and we have had very unpredictable weather. So that honey not only provides food, but also a bit of insulation for the bees. So I'm rather just going to leave that on the edge of the hive for the
outer frame. Okay.
Stays as the outer frame, right on the outer edge there.
Okay. And it's an old frame, so it can be worked out next time.
Exactly.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Now,
So
would you try and cut that drone brood out in the middle?
You know, it's gonna destroy the integrity of this frame.
So rather leave that.
I'm just gonna leave that.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, that's a call for the beekeeper to make. If it's your hive, you need to make the decision.
Yeah. If you got a nice sharp pen knife or something.
Yeah, sharp Stanley knife with you, then you could do it. But I wouldn't do it with my hive tool.
Not with a hive tool. No.
There you can see some older drones that have hatched out. See them over there.
Yeah. Lots of
eggs and larvae there.
Yeah.
It's really good, nice and healthy. So
well.
again, this is quite an old frame.
Move
So
it
I'm
out.
going to shift the new frames to the middle and move the old frame to the outside. There's a little queen cup or queen
cell, like a little peanut shape.
Yeah.
Okay, that one hatched. Does that mean that this hive
that's
has
a new
formed
one.
off?
That hasn't hatched yet. It hasn't even got an egg in it yet.
Okay, so they're still making it. Would you not cut that off then?
Nah.
Leave it?
Some people do that. I don't think it's necessary to do that.
Okay.
They're just going to build it again. So leave them. Let them do what they want to do.
Yeah. Lots of pollen in the top of this one, hey?
Yeah. So especially when you're right near an area like the macadamias, for example, you must be careful that your hive doesn't become pollen bound. So where you get too much pollen in the hive. So that would also remove the amount of space for the queen to be able to lay. So it's very important that the hives have got enough space overall. We don't use queen excluders on our hives. So if the queen does run out of space, she'll start laying in the super. But if you've got a queen excluder on, that space management in the brood chamber is vital.
Okay.
To prevent them.
What would you do? Would you take a frame if there's too much pollen like this? Wow.
Yeah.
Would you take a frame or two out?
Yeah, and
maybe plonk it into a weaker hive or something like that, especially if it's got a bit of brood on.
Yeah. So this is quite an old frame. And yeah, this one could maybe be sacrificed into another hive.
Maybe.
Instead.
Take the drone off, eh?
Yeah, I think I'm actually just going to take this frame out completely.
Okay. And you're going to try and put that into a weaker hive,
yes, yeah.
But cut the drone out.
Cut the drone out, that's it. Okay, this section is a bit cross-combed, as you can see there. And this is on a new frame, which is a bit irritating.
So they built a bit skew?
They built a bit skew.
Right. So you're shifting that into the middle to make them build straight.
They'll build straight, and also that way anything that they build now on that, the queen will lay in.
Okay.
So eventually that honey on the top will be used,
worked out.
will be eaten and whatnot.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're pretty much done. We're just going to put the last frame of brood back in there.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Cool, and we put in a new frame to replace that other one, and then we're done. Cool. See you guys soon. Bye.